Hey, I'm Isaac O'Bannon, Managing Editor of CPA Practice Advisor. I'm here with Randy Johnston. He's co-founder of NMGI, that's Network Management Group International. We are here at AICPA Engage 2025 in Las Vegas. Folks, let me tell you about Randy. I've known him for 24 years, and he's outdated me around the profession by probably that much as well. But today is officially day one of the conference, and I'm curious, what did you get from the keynote that you were able to attend so far, Randy?
Yeah, so Isaac, I appreciate that because there were reports of the overview of the survey data that's been done. There was feedback on how the accountants are feeling about the profession. There's discussion about the tariffs. Some of the guests in the
Well, there's so much volatility right now, both for small businesses and accounting firms.
and that was discussed. And there, I think one word that I'd use to describe today is unsettled. Many of the attendees are just uneasy for various reasons.
I can get that, yeah.
But Gary Cohn, who's IBM and had been with the president's policy, they talked budget for a little bit and what's going to happen with the bill. We don't know what will happen with the bill as it comes out, but
Absolutely,
they did talk about the impact on the economy and almost a surefire uh, probability. And there's not too many things in politics that are surefire probability that the Tax Cut and Jobs Act would be maintained, whether they passed it as part of the big, new, beautiful new bill,
right.
or if they just did a continuing approval of that one bill, which I didn't know was an option.
Well, they would, yeah, I don't know how exactly the what is it called, the write-up process, the reconciliation process.
Yes,
I don't know what they can and can't do, and of course that's up to the parliamentarian. But then again, it's the parliamentarian can be overridden. Of course, they could always just write another bill just doing that. But you know what? That is at least a little bit of stability.
But what they said today,
if you can, if you think that will at least stay. There's some stability in that.
But what they said today was spot on, I believe, and that is to do the reconciliation, they have to pass the House bill in the Senate word for word, and that isn't going to happen. They said.
Oh, that's going to be a hard pass.
Hard pass. So that's when this whole we can pass Tax Cuts and Job Acts thing came up, and it was like, oh, okay, now this is a whole different path forward that I had not really heard reported anywhere else, and I think I'm pretty clued up on these things, Isaac.
Yeah.
But they also were talking, and I think Gary Cohn did a beautiful job setting up, and then Mark Cozio came right back saying, manufacturing isn't moving back to the United States. Sorry, friends, it's just not moving back. And Mark explained the situation in the Midwest where he had a manufacturing company, and they said, I have to have screws and bolts to build these things. So even if I move my factories back, which are in 3 different countries, I can't really build them without all these other parts. So where do I cut this off?
Yeah.
But the other one that you'll love, because you know me well, is when Gary was asked, about the trends on AI, and that it would be basically not really affect the jobs. Go back and look at everything in the past. Every major invention has just created more jobs. Okay, you kind of heard that in our thought leader thing yesterday. But then he jumped into quantum, and his claim was that quantum computing would arrive in volume within 5 years.
Okay.
So, and that's about the number that I've been using too. So, but his next add-on was AI on quantum. That's the real deal when it takes off. And so notice we're in a very early stage of AI right now.
It's a convergence of various forms of AI that are going to, well, they're going to pose some threat to some, and they're going to cause a lot of fear in many.
Yep.
And the ultimate reality is the accounting profession has survived a lot over the last millennia.
It has. And in fact, Dana, another one of the presidentials, said, look, our economy's been running the way it's been running for 350 years, right? But then she went after quantum and said, look, quantum computing can break all known encryptions. And she was right. And Gary went on to say, but at IBM, all of our mainframes were already using new generation encryption today. So for the last 2 years, our IBM mainframe data has been safe. And we're going to have to get to these new encryption algorithms that are quantum proof. So Y2Q is a real thing. And I thought Gary was very fascinating because I watched his body language when asked, has encryption been broken? And he said, you'll have to figure that out. So it confirmed what I had suspected. Quantum has already broken encryption.
It's going to be a brave new world. It's time to rewatch or reread that book. And what was
Aldous Huxley?
I'll leave it at that. Aldous Huxley, but I was thinking the Soma, the little personal retreat. It's not quite there yet, but keep an eye on quantum computing, AI, the convergence, and
well, now 2 more little things as you're trying to wrap up.
Okay.
With your Navy background, you'll love my current read of Ghost Fleet, which is talking about all this AI and attacks and VIX goggles or Viz goggles and so forth. I mean, it's really something else as far as read. But I've also encouraged people to read Poverty by America as another good example of things that we could do today and the Ghost Fleet things that are to come, and both very interesting little reads.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Randy. I mean, I don't know if you've scared me or if I'm empowered to go learn more, but this is Isaac Bannon, CPA Practice Advisor. Randy speaks around the country at dozens or 50 plus events a year. If you get a chance to talk to him in person, he's an incredible person, incredible knowledge base, and is a resource for basically all of us. Anyway, we're here at AICPA Engage for a couple more days, and I'll see you guys later.